Have you ever looked at someone else's life and sighed? You see them with better jobs, more attractive appearances, and a life that seems far smoother than yours. Meanwhile, you find yourself stuck in doubts, asking, "Am I on the right path? Am I good enough? Why is everything so difficult for me?" You think that if you were like someone else, your life would be happier. But let me tell you a story that will change the way you see yourself. There was a crow who always felt miserable. It despised itself, hated its jet black feathers, and loathed its lonely existence. One day, it perched on a tree branch, so sorrowful that it burst into tears. Beneath the tree, a monk was meditating by the beach. A teardrop from the crow fell onto his cheek. The monk opened his eyes, looked up, and gently asked, "What's wrong, little one? Why are you crying?" The crow sobbed, "Because I hate my life. No one loves me. Everyone chases me away. No one wants to feed me. Everyone despises me. Living like this, I'd rather be dead." Hearing these words, the monk pondered for a moment and then said, "Then what do you wish to become?" The crow was astonished. "Can you turn me into another creature?" The monk smiled. "Of course. I have a sacred mantra that can fulfill any wish you have. But first, go and ask other creatures if they are truly happy. Then, come back to me and I will turn you into anything you desire." The crow was overjoyed and immediately took off. It first visited the swan. The swan was stunning, with pure white feathers that looked elegant and pristine. The crow admired it and said, "Oh, swan, you are so perfect. You must be the happiest bird in the world." But the swan sighed, "Not at all. I have only one plain white color, while the world is filled with so many vibrant shades. I believe the parrot is the happiest bird." Hearing this, the crow flew off in search of the parrot. It soon found a parrot covered in bright green, red, and yellow feathers full of life. The crow thought for sure that the parrot must be happy. But when it asked, the parrot responded with sadness, "No, my friend. I live in constant fear. People admire me, but they also keep me locked in a cage. I cannot fly freely like you. I believe the peacock is the happiest bird." So, the crow flew off to find the peacock. It saw the peacock confined in a large cage at the zoo, surrounded by hundreds of people admiring its beauty. The peacock was truly magnificent. Its feathers spread out like a living masterpiece of art. Overcome with emotion, the crow exclaimed, "Oh, peacock, you are so beautiful. Every day, thousands of people come to admire you. Meanwhile, everyone chases me away. Surely, you must be the happiest bird in the world." But the peacock simply looked at the crow and replied, "I used to think so too, but it is precisely because of my beauty that I am locked in here. I cannot fly freely like you. My feathers are plucked to be used as decorations. I endure pain, and I live in solitude. Lately, I have been thinking, if only I could be a crow, how happy I would be. I would be able to soar across the sky, completely free." The crow was stunned. It couldn't believe what it had just heard. It had spent its entire life envying other creatures, only to realize that even those it admired longed to be like it. For the first time, the crow felt gratitude for being itself. It returned to the monk and said, "Master, I no longer wish to become any other creature. I have realized that I possess something no one else has: freedom." The monk smiled and said, "At last, you understand. Do you realize it now? Just like the crow, we constantly compare ourselves to others, believing that their lives are better. But the truth is, everyone carries their own burdens, struggles that we cannot see. Steve Jobs once said, 'You can't live someone else's life. Don't waste your time being a copy. Be yourself.' When you compare yourself to others, you are trapping yourself in a cage of unhappiness. You forget to appreciate the valuable things you already have. Maybe you are not wealthy, but you have good health. Maybe you haven't achieved great success yet, but you have meaningful relationships. Maybe you are not perfect, but you are unique in this world. So why waste time wishing to be someone else? However, some people argue that comparison can be a motivation for growth. And that's true. Comparison can be beneficial if used correctly. If you look at someone more skilled than you as a source of learning and inspiration, that is positive comparison. But if you only compare to complain, to self-criticize, then you are only drowning yourself in negativity. Happiness doesn't come from having more than others, it comes from appreciating what you already have. Stop comparing. Stop wishing to be someone else. Live fully as yourself. Comparison isn't just a fairy tale concept, it happens every day in our lives. Women look at each other and feel envious. A woman with a perfect appearance might long for the successful career of another. Meanwhile, a woman with an admirable career might secretly yearn for the warmth of a family life. Men, on the other hand, express their envy differently. They rarely voice it outright but engage in silent competition. They look at another man's car, house, or job title and feel inadequate. They throw themselves into an endless race, striving to earn more money, to prove their worth, only to one day realize they have lost themselves in the process. Some believe that comparison drives personal growth, and that is true, but only when done positively, meaning you compare to learn and improve, not to self-criticize and sink into despair. Unfortunately, most of us do not compare in that way. We compare ourselves to others and end up feeling inferior. We envy what they have but fail to see the sacrifices they had to make. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "We often chase after what we don't have, forgetting to appreciate what is already in our hands. But when we stop and truly look deep within ourselves, we will see that we have always been enough." Meditation to let go of comparison. The monk by the ocean. When the crow returned to the monk sitting by the shore, it spoke, "Master, I have realized that I don't need to become anyone else. But at times, I still struggle to control my thoughts. I still feel inferior, still unconsciously compare myself to everything around me. How can I truly free myself?" The monk gazed at the vast ocean before him. The waves gently lapped against the shore, layer upon layer, endlessly flowing. Close your eyes. I will teach you a meditation that will help you see your own uniqueness. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Inhale, slowly. Feel the air filling your lungs. Exhale, gently, letting your thoughts drift away. Now, imagine. You are standing on a vast beach, facing the endless ocean. The waves roll onto the shore, one after another, yet no two waves are ever the same. Each wave has its own shape, its own rhythm, yet they all belong to the great ocean. You bend down and pick up a grain of sand in your hand. Look at it closely. This tiny grain of sand has its own shape, its own color, its own size. There are millions of grains of sand in the world, yet no two are exactly alike. Just like you. Now, think about yourself. You have compared yourself to others before. Perhaps you have compared yourself to your father, your brother. Perhaps you have compared yourself to your mother, your sister, your friend. But have you ever seen anyone who is exactly like you? No one has the same face as you. No one has the same thoughts, experiences, or emotions as you. No one can love, feel, and create the unique things that only you can. You are a part of the universe, yet no one can replace you. Now, imagine yourself as a wave. You do not need to be taller than the other waves. You do not need to crash against the shore more powerfully. You do not need to resemble any other wave in front of you. You only need to be yourself, a complete and perfect part of the vast ocean. You are the ocean. The ocean is you. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Let all comparisons dissolve, just like the waves that gently kiss the shore. Feel the uniqueness within you. Be grateful for the fact that there is no one else like you. Now, gently open your eyes. You have returned to yourself. No more comparisons. No more competition. Only peace and self-appreciation remain. Remember, this is a daily practice, one that expands the ocean of your soul, day by day. Final message. The monk smiled at the crow and said, "Do you see now? No two waves are alike. No two grains of sand are identical. And there is no one in this world who can be you. You don't need to become anyone else because you are already one of a kind." The crow was speechless. It looked at itself, at its jet-black wings, wings it had once despised. But now, for the first time, it saw the beauty in them, a beauty that needed no comparison, a beauty that belonged to it alone. From that day forward, the crow no longer wished to be anyone else. It soared into the sky, free, joyful, and grateful to simply be itself. And what about you? Are you ready to let go of comparisons and embrace your own unique existence? Sip your tea and immerse yourself in the vast ocean of wisdom. Don't forget to follow the channel so you won't miss the next enlightening story.